Yeah, so I've had a really great run this last 3 years. I'm 35 matches straight undefeated and just really had a lot of success on and off the mat. So I've just been really pleased with where I am with my wrestling and just continuing to get better. So I'm looking forward to getting this kind of weekend solidified and then going on to Rio. As far as the factors that really have contributed to my success, it was listening to my body. I think that in the first couple of years, I was just trying to figure out what it is, what this kind of like entire world is about. There's so much to this. There's qualifications, there's world championships, there's qualifying for those worlds, and I think it's so much deeper than just the Olympic year, which is what people see, and it takes some time to get used to that. And once you get used to that, you can start to become a professional athlete and start to listen to your body and start to learn exactly what you need. And so thankfully, my coach responded really well to me wanting to take my training into my own hand, and he's helped me just kind of really fine-tune when I'm feeling great, let's push it, and when I'm not feeling great, let's pull back and make sure that I'm ready to step on the mat. We've really had success kind of sticking with we call them a couple hashtags, just making sure my body feels good enough and then just getting the job done. So it's been great. I'm looking forward, feeling healthy, and just excited to head to Rio.
Thank you, Adeline.
Yeah, I mean, I think the answer to that is pretty simple. The more you compete, the more you allow yourself to be able to learn and improve from the mistakes that you make in the match, and even the things that you do well, you can learn to do even better. So, I mean, while I was competing in the folk style season, I guess the last half, I really wasn't wrestling much folk style. I was wrestling all freestyle, and I still was able to compete in the international events that I planned on competing in. So really the only thing that, you know, benefited me from wrestling the college season was that I was able to get 11 more matches under my belt before I came to the Olympic trials. And within those 11 matches, I feel like I've learned a lot of things that I can improve on. And even since the national tournament in, March, which was just like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that. I think I'm a better wrestler from then till now. So simple answer is the more you compete, the better you're going to get.
Just a quick follow-up question, history. Talk a little bit about this opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of special moments in Carver Hawkeye Arena. A lot of fans remember probably the biggest matches, Penn State, Oklahoma State. And I've never lost in Carver Hawkeye Arena. So, it'd be I think it's a huge advantage to me to have it here, and it's going to be another big moment in my career, or just another experience in Carver Hawkeye Arena to go out there and, get the job done. This is just another stepping stone to what the end all is, and, I got to go through 4 matches right now to claim my stake to go to Rio. And I'm excited to compete in Carver Hawkeye Arena again. I can't wait to feel the energy and all the fans. I know that first match is going to be really emotional coming out of the tunnel, and just I remember in 2012 how loud everyone was when they announced Mike Zadek or Brett Metcalf. So I'm really excited for that.
And just another.
Well, taking third in the world the last 2 years, has been able to show me that I'm fully capable of being the best in the world. I've beat multiple world champs, world medalists in both those world championship tournaments. And coming in here brings a lot of confidence that this is my spot to take, to own, and I'm feeling really good moving into looking ahead. So come away the Olympic team member from this weekend and looking to improve upon those 2 bronze medals in Rio.
Now, you wrestled in the last Olympic trials, right?
Yeah.
So what did you learn from wrestling in that event? You didn't make the team that time, that you're going to use to help yourself this time?
Well, like Tony was talking about the atmosphere here, it was definitely a loud environment. And I remember the way it felt stepping out there. Excited to feel that again and come away with a better result.
Thanks a lot.
I'm just going out to compete, and I compete to the fullest that I possibly can give, and if that is spectacular in fashion, then that's what I'm going to do. I like picking people up, and I like throwing them on their heads, and when I do it as a big guy, I guess it looks pretty. But no, I go out and I want to put on a show, and I like to say I'm an ambassador for this sport. And Greco-Roman wrestling, when it's done properly, it's an art form, and it's beautiful. And when you can see a 286-pound man throw another 286-pound man over his head and make him land on his back, it's kind of cool looking. So, yeah, when I go out, I try to put on a performance. I try to wrestle to my best ability. I give it all my heart, and I don't give up. So when I'm wrestling, it's fun. I have a smile on my face, and I love doing it. So.
And how do you pick?
Olympic trials back in Iowa City. How huge is that?
Well, for our sport, it's the right place to have it right now. I don't know whether it's going to be the right place in the future. I'd like to think so, that it's always good. I think in 100 years of wrestling in the state of Iowa, not that I can remember, but I'm not quite that old, but I've definitely followed the history of it, that I think that we are definitely, the leader in the country of the United States. And so to host a place that gives due to the sport is very important. And we don't mind creating, we're kind of selfish, but we don't mind creating in the country other hot spots, and that's a possibility in the future. And even if you can get a more populated state that has the fire that Iowa does, that's even better for our sport. So, it's like here, I got a few people interviewing me, okay, and I like that. But you know what? I want about 6 more layers behind you. And in this room, we still had space for people to sit, and we didn't have a lot of chairs in here. So our sport can really grow with the right leadership, and getting kicked out of the Olympics helps us actually kind of reform our leadership, and we can move forward from that. So we need kind of a base that's at a higher level every day, and it's a good place to start right now is in Iowa.
You kind of mentioned it, but a couple of years ago, you were fighting city into wrestling to have it here in Iowa City again.
Well, obviously wrestling is very important to Iowa. It's truly part of the fabric of the state, and so any chance we have the opportunity to bring something of this caliber and level to Iowa, we want to do so. It was here in 2012. During that time, we did an economic impact survey, and it was estimated that it brought in just over $5.8 million, and so we're going to do that every chance we get.
Can you talk about the partnerships here? I mean, the university